You know that feeling when the day ends yet something still feels missing? Your room is quiet, your phone is beside you, and your mind keeps searching. You scroll through other people's lives and feel a strange heaviness inside. Someone bought a new car, someone found love, someone moved ahead while you stayed still. Most people never notice this, but happiness often disappears during ordinary moments. It fades while washing dishes. It fades during slow mornings. It fades while sitting alone after work. The mind quietly says, maybe life would feel better with something more. There is a certain kind of sadness hidden inside modern life. It comes from always reaching, always comparing, always waiting for another moment to finally feel enough. Many people spend years chasing peace while ignoring what already sits beside them. Long ago, the Buddha spoke about this quiet hunger inside the human mind. He noticed that suffering often begins with wanting life to look different. The mind creates an image of happiness somewhere far away. Then it spends years running toward it. Yet peace rarely lives in the future. A monk once asked the Buddha why people suffer even during good times. The Buddha gently replied, because they do not see what they already hold. Those words still feel true today. Many people own comfort, safety, friendship, and food, yet still feel empty inside. The strange part is this: the mind becomes blind to familiar blessings. A healthy body feels ordinary until sickness arrives. A loving parent feels ordinary until silence replaces their voice. Warm meals feel ordinary until hunger visits. The human mind adjusts quickly. Then it starts wanting something else. This endless wanting creates deep tiredness. You can see it in everyday life. Someone buys a new phone and feels excited briefly. A few weeks later, the excitement disappears. Another person finally reaches a dream job, yet anxiety follows them there. The outside changes, but the restless mind remains untouched. The Buddha once compared desire to drinking salty water. The more someone drinks, the thirstier they become. Many people spend years drinking from that same ocean. They chase praise, attention, money, or status, hoping satisfaction will finally stay. Yet happiness built on chasing never feels stable. Real contentment begins differently. It begins when you pause long enough to notice your own life again. Not the life you imagine, not the life others display online. The simple life already around you. The air entering your lungs, the sound of rain outside your window, a quiet meal after a difficult day. These moments appear small, yet they carry deep peace. A monk once lived near a crowded village. People often asked why he looked peaceful despite owning almost nothing. One evening, he smiled and pointed toward the sunset. He said, "I stopped asking life for more than this moment." That answer confused many people. Most minds believe happiness arrives after collecting enough things, yet the monk discovered something else. Peace grows when the mind stops fighting the present moment. It grows when gratitude becomes stronger than comparison. Comparison quietly steals joy from ordinary life. You may notice this during simple moments. A meal tastes good until you see someone eating better food. Your home feels warm until another person buys a larger house. Your progress feels meaningful until someone moves faster. The Buddha warned about this trap often. He understood that comparison creates invisible suffering. It teaches the mind to ignore its own blessings. Instead of seeing what exists, the mind only sees what is missing. This creates endless dissatisfaction. There is an old story about a man who visited a wise monk. The man complained constantly about his life. His house felt too small, his clothes felt too old, his income felt too low. The monk listened quietly and handed him a cup of tea. Then the monk kept pouring. The tea spilled over the cup and onto the floor. The man quickly shouted, "Stop! The cup cannot hold more." The monk nodded gently. "Your mind is the same," he said. "It is too full of wanting." Those words carried deep truth. A crowded mind cannot recognize peace. It cannot enjoy ordinary moments because it keeps searching elsewhere. Happiness slowly disappears when gratitude disappears. This is why some wealthy people feel miserable, while some poor villagers laugh freely together. The difference often lives inside the mind. You may notice that children understand this naturally. A child can sit beside a window and watch rain for an hour. They can laugh while chasing leaves through the street. Their joy comes easily because their attention stays close to the present moment. Adults slowly lose this ability. The mind becomes busy with future worries and past regrets. Even during peaceful moments, thoughts continue racing. The body sits at dinner while the mind lives somewhere else entirely. The Buddha called this the restless monkey mind. A restless mind struggles to feel contentment. This is why silence matters deeply. Many monks spend long hours sitting quietly, not because silence looks spiritual, but because silence reveals the mind clearly. During stillness, people finally notice how often they chase imaginary happiness. At first, this realization feels uncomfortable. You may sit alone and suddenly feel the urge to check your phone. You may feel restless during quiet mornings. The mind fears stillness because stillness exposes hidden dissatisfaction. Yet, something important happens when you stay present through that discomfort. The mind slowly softens. You begin noticing small things again. Morning sunlight across the floor, the calm feeling after cleaning your room, the comfort of hearing someone laugh nearby. These moments always existed. The mind was simply too distracted to see them. The Buddha once said, "Peace comes from within." Many people hear those words, yet continue searching outside themselves. They search through shopping, relationships, and endless achievement. Yet inner emptiness cannot be filled through external things alone. It requires awareness. A fisherman once visited a monk near the sea. The fisherman complained that his boat was old and his earnings were small. He dreamed of becoming rich someday. The monk listened quietly and asked, "What would happen after you become rich?" The fisherman smiled. "Then I could finally relax peacefully beside the sea." The monk looked at the waves and softly replied, "You are already beside the sea." Many people live exactly this way. They postpone peace for another year, another job, another relationship, or another success. Life becomes a long waiting room. Yet the future never arrives exactly as imagined. New problems always appear beside new achievements. The Buddha understood this deeply. He taught that attachment creates suffering because everything changes. Money changes, beauty changes, relationships change, health changes, even life itself changes. When happiness depends completely on temporary things, fear quietly follows every joyful moment. This fear exhausts the heart. Yet accepting change creates a strange freedom. You begin appreciating life more honestly. You stop demanding permanence from temporary moments. A warm conversation feels precious because it cannot last forever. A peaceful evening feels meaningful because time keeps moving. Impermanence makes life tender. A monk once carried a cracked bowl for many years. Other monks asked why he never replaced it. The monk smiled and said, "The crack reminds me to value each meal." He understood something many people forget. Fragile things deserve deeper appreciation, not rejection. Human life works the same way. Many people reject the present because it looks imperfect. Their home feels imperfect, their body feels imperfect, their progress feels imperfect. Yet peace does not appear after perfection arrives. Peace appears when resistance softens. This changes how life feels. Simple moments become richer. Drinking tea becomes enough for a while. Sitting beside family becomes enough for a while. Walking slowly through evening streets becomes enough for a while. Contentment grows quietly inside ordinary experiences. Not every moment feels joyful, of course. The Buddha never promised constant happiness. He understood pain belongs to life. People lose loved ones, hearts break, bodies become sick. Difficult seasons arrive without warning. Yet suffering becomes heavier when the mind fights reality endlessly. Acceptance creates space around pain. An old woman once approached the Buddha after losing her child. Her grief consumed her completely. She begged the Buddha to remove her pain. Instead, he asked her to bring mustard seeds from a home untouched by suffering. She searched the entire village. Every family carried some form of sorrow. Some lost parents, some lost children, some lost hope. Slowly, the woman realized suffering belongs to every human life. Her grief remained, yet her loneliness softened. This story still matters today. Many people believe happiness means avoiding all pain, yet true peace comes from meeting life honestly. It comes from understanding that sadness and joy often walk together. The heart becomes calmer when it stops resisting every difficult feeling. Compassion grows from this understanding. When you stop chasing endless perfection, you become gentler toward yourself. You stop measuring your worth through achievements alone. You stop punishing yourself for moving slowly through life. This kindness changes your relationship with happiness completely. Peace feels less distant. The Buddha often taught through simple observations. He noticed that craving creates tension, while gratitude creates calm. A grateful person sleeps differently, breathes differently, speaks differently. Their attention rests on what exists instead of what is missing. Gratitude changes ordinary life quietly. You begin seeing abundance in simple places: clean water from a tap, a stranger holding the door open, a friend replying late at night. These moments seem small until life removes them. Then their value becomes painfully clear. Awareness protects happiness. There is a certain kind of freedom that appears when enough finally feels enough. The mind stops racing constantly. Comparison loses power. Desire becomes softer. You begin carrying less invisible weight through daily life. This freedom cannot be purchased. A wealthy merchant once asked a monk how to find peace. The monk pointed toward a farmer eating rice beside a tree. The farmer laughed while sharing food with his family. "Look carefully," the monk said. "Peace already found him." The merchant stood silently for a long time. Many people spend years searching far away for something already close. They search through success, approval, and endless distraction. Yet happiness often waits quietly inside ordinary moments already surrounding them. The Buddha once said, "Contentment is the greatest wealth." Those words sound simple, yet they hold deep wisdom. A peaceful mind feels richer than endless possession. A grateful heart rests more easily at night. Perhaps real happiness was never hiding in distant places. Perhaps it was sitting quietly beside your morning tea. Perhaps it was waiting inside slow evenings and familiar faces. Perhaps life already carries more peace than the restless mind allows itself to notice. And maybe for a brief moment tonight, that realization feels enough.